Still here in Welsh Park, joined by Waterford GAA coaching officer Eoin Morrissey. Busy schedule over the last couple of weeks, Eoin, but here in Welsh Park today at the ASD Camp, and just after speaking to Bernie and Rachel and the guys involved, this is a special week for these kids as well, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic, Gavin. This is the last week of camps in Waterford GAA. Over 5,000 children have attended Cúl Camps this year, which is amazing, especially in the middle of a pandemic with COVID-19, which we all know about. And we've had a massive turnout for camps right across the county. I suppose a number of months ago we had a few discussions with WASA and with Sports Active in our sports partnership in Waterford, who were interested in maybe looking at us running a camp for children with additional needs. So I suppose I used to work in Waterford GAA and it was done down there, and so I looked into it a bit and spoke to different people who ran them before, and we felt this was the time to do it. Ran it to put on the last week of camps in the summer, specifically for children with additional needs. Many who may not have the opportunity to participate in the other Cúl Camps will be going on throughout the county. So it's been fantastic so far this week already. We've had a great turnout. I'd say if we were able to run another one, we'd have more children would participate in it. So it's definitely something we're looking at doing more often in the future, and not just in the summer, maybe at different periods throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, certainly been a big hit, and you can just see the kids, they're really enjoying it, and it's a first for Waterford as well. And Waterford is, along with Wexford and Clare, just 3 counties running a camp like this as well. So as you say, is this something you plan to maybe continue now for the future?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're already looking at maybe a date in Halloween where we might have an inclusion camp and inclusion day, maybe in 2 venues across Waterford, and maybe run it right throughout the course day so we can open up to as many children as possible that can participate. And I suppose the beauty about this camp as well is that it's also an opportunity for our coaches who have been working tirelessly over the summer to work with children with additional needs, and it gives great experience for those and exposure for those to work with children with these additional needs who have really a love and a grow for Gaelic games as well. And it's massively important that we provide an opportunity for them to be able to participate in our games, not just in the summer but also additional stages throughout the course of the year. I know a number of clubs in Waterford have expressed an interest in facilitating something like this, maybe on an ongoing basis, on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis in your community. And by all means, if anybody has an interest here, you don't have to be from a GAA background. You may just have a child with additional needs who would like to start something in your local community. Please make contact with Waterford GAA and we'll be there to support you right throughout the journey.
Yeah, super stuff indeed, super stuff. And with the sports partnership as well, and WASA as well, and yourselves and Déise Óg coming together as well, there's been a great, I suppose, community effort there, hasn't there?
Yeah, I suppose we couldn't have ran it without them, because we didn't really know what type of children were going to be participating in the camp, and Barney Murphy's been excellent in terms of identifying the children that would participate in it. As well as that, Rachel Sinnott did a lot of work for us in terms of planning, in terms of the training on the morning of the camp, in terms of the whole running of the camp, in terms of helping the coaches in different activities that they could play throughout the course of the day. So she's been really a rock in terms of in the whole level of organisation on it. And Umber Knox deserves special mention as well. Behind the scenes did huge logistical work in terms of getting all the gear, in terms of ensuring Welsh Park was available. We have photographers, we have different equipment that we bought as well to help support the camp have a really, really successful first time we ever did it. So it was the first of many, I hope, that'll happen within Waterford GAA.
Yeah, please God indeed. And to get into Welsh Park as well, I just seen one of the kids there a while ago, just preaching about scoring a goal in Welsh Park as well. Like, for these kids to get into the county ground as well, like it's huge, isn't it?
Massive. And we had a debate actually start the week with some of the children whether it's Welsh Park or Walsh Park. So it was really fun. But it's massive. I think for these events especially, it's an ideal venue. I know we had talks of running one in Farfield as well, which I think that'll be something that we will look at definitely for next summer. We'll have a venue in both sides of the county. But for the children to participate in here, where they may be able to go to matches and watch their siblings or brothers or sisters play in finals, or their uncles or aunties play in finals, it's massively important that they also get the opportunity to participate in the county grounds, and that's what we wanted to make happen.
Yeah, super stuff indeed, super stuff. Well done to all involved. And just reverting back to the camps themselves then as well, running over the last couple of weeks. I know I've been busy myself at various venues as well. I'm one of the experienced fellas down early at this stage, Owen, but another fantastic turnout, great atmosphere. We had a mini heat wave in it. We'd probably rain, thunder at a few venues, but another great summer of Kellogg's GAA Cúl Camps.
I know we probably should be interviewing you, Gavin, about the Cúl Camps in terms of you're one of the veteran coaches and coordinators over the last couple of years, to be fair. And look, again, it's a mammoth effort. sometimes I kind of wonder how we actually get through the summer, you know, with the amount of children, the participation, the amount of coach that we need, and maybe last minute phone calls to get coaches to camps, and you know, and even, you know, to make sure we have enough ratio of coaches to children, enough gear. You know, again, there's a huge amount of work that goes in by all the coaching games team of Owen Bernach, Barry Dunn, David Robinson, and John Quinn. You know, again, who a lot of unseen work behind the scenes, and then the coaches as well, who, to be fair to them, some are very experienced and doing it for a number of years, and then some new coaches will come on board, and in a lot of cases they really buy into the whole ethos of the camps, that the children are there to participate, have fun. You know, some people get the idea that camps are about getting better and better and better. Yeah, that is the case too. It's important that we do teach the skills, but the main focus of our camps across the summer is participation, getting more children active in your local community, maybe exposing new children to our games, and you know, that's what it's all about. You know, having good numbers, making sure it's fun, and make sure it's active and they're getting healthy and outdoor activity.
Yeah, absolutely, another big hit. Yeah, and it's been a really enjoyable summer. Of course, you know, games are back as well. You've the town and country leagues are going well. You know, the underage blitzes, the Board and O calendar is on course as well, and things like that. So it's busy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think more than yourself, I say most people could be out 7 nights a week at games and activities, and I think, you know, this week coming up and the Féile will be starting in hurling and football as well, and the chance for these kids on the 14 level to get out to the game at their age level, which I think is very, very important. The games, what it's all about, Gavin, you know, playing matches and playing games, and I'd appeal to coaches out there, you know, in clubs, that, you know, we sometimes have an overemphasis of drills, but like, if we can go organise more games internally, more games against teams across the county, that's where children will improve. You know, also by ensuring that kids get enough game time. You know, we don't want to hear a situation where you know, kids are left on the line, you know, just because you want to win a game. You know, it's also about making sure all the children play, because, you know, the child that's 14 or 13 now may not be our best player, but if you stick with them in a couple of years' time, they could be your star player. Like, I'd also make an appeal to coaches out there as well, at underage matches. You know, that's very important to have, you know, positive sideline behaviour. You know, it has come to our attention a few occasions that, you know, there's been maybe some, you know, and people get passionate and emotive with referees and decisions and results and stuff like that. But, like, you know, players don't want to see that on the field. You know, players don't want to see their managers or coaches shouting in abuse or shouting in negative comments, because it then also just reciprocates onto the players, who then in turn replicate that behaviour on the field, and that's not really what our games are about. You know, games are about giving respect and get respect. And yes, we won't be happy at some decisions. Yes, we won't be happy at certain things. But, you know, that's our games. That's everyday things happen. You know, we just can't control that, and we should try and control our emotions in a positive way on our sidelines, especially now as we're coming to the latter end of the season as well. And I know the hurling final has just finished, but we're getting into our football stage now as well. So, you know, keep that good level of positive behaviour on the sidelines, which will be very important.
Yeah, great stuff indeed. And final point as well, Owen, I know we were chatting to you earlier on in the year about you know, your coaching officer role you came into, and I suppose we were still in the midst of COVID, and we were planning, I suppose, the summer ahead. Now that we're kind of back into the swing of things, or getting back to some sort of normality as well, it's been a really enjoyable experience, and you're enjoying the role.
Yeah, you know, again, it was different coming into it. You know, I would have came with a background of working with the GAA as well, and you know, it's a lot. It gives you really great appreciation of the volunteer effort that's put in by a huge amount of people across the county board. There's great work going on within the executive there, in the eastern and western boards, underage, adult, throughout our clubs. It's massive. Like, we're always reaching out within coaching games, and it's just my brief, really, of looking at new ideas, and that's what this camp for children with autism was all about as well. Looking for new ideas that we can improve our activities. Like, coaching games is really about two things: participation and performance. And while our performance will be with our squads and our development squads, our participation, things like Cúl Camps, Go Games, and our blitzes, etc., as well as our performance will be our coach education stuff as well. We're always looking for new coaches, better ideas, and, you know, a word of thanks to all the committees. This maybe halfway point throughout the year, who we've kind of set up and have got things really going in a positive way. Again, there's loads of things to be done. I think the one thing about the GAA, and especially coaching games, you can never get something 100% right. You're always looking over your shoulder and looking at other counties, what they're doing better, and maybe they're copying and pasting or looking at what they're doing and maybe making it fit within Waterford to fit our needs as well. So look, yeah, it's been very positive. I look forward to the next couple of months, and who knows, I may or may not be here next year, but it all depends in again, it's an open vote. Anyone wants to come in and take it over, they can. But yeah, look, it's been really enjoyable so far.
Good man. And you're still getting into plenty of refereeing and the Junior B with Aaron's Own as well. I see you're still lining out there full forward or somewhere in the forwards, is it?
Yeah, I'll be playing all right this year myself, and yes, I'll be busy with refereeing as well, and that's why I'm very passionate about it as well, to see that look, it's that even from a new referee's point of view, we're always looking for new and younger people who are showing interest in it as well. And there's good supports out there with the referees committee with Michael Wadden as well, who will be also looking for younger referees out there to come along and participate in coming in the games. Look, there's great help. I know when I started out, there was people who advised me and helped me, and same now. I'm sure if new people come on board, there'll be people there to help and advise them as well if they're interested in it. So yeah, it's a busy next couple of weeks and months with refereeing, coaching and everything like that.
Yeah, bring it on home, Morrissey, as always. Thanks for talking to us and keep up the good work.